Hi there, Grandma Danette here with lesson number 3 for 7 to 10-year-olds. We're going to do colored pencils. We're going to do a dog today. You need to have your paper set up in a horizontal way, not vertical, but horizontal. And we're going to do colored pencils. You need your number 2 pencil, eraser, Sharpie, brown, light and dark brown colored pencils, and green for the background. Okay? I'll be using a darker pencil than you as usual, so it'll show up on the video. So we're going to start with step number 1, and we're going to start here with this shape. It's a part about a quarter of an oval is what it is. Okay, as usual, dot it, then draw it. And remember, I'm going a little fast for the video. If you need to catch up, just pause it. Okay, now we're going to do the big circle for the head. Dot it. And draw it. Now remember, with circles, you draw as far as you can. Stop, come back to the top, and do the other side. Going from top to bottom. Okay, now we're going to do this oval over here. It's got a flat top edge though, so make sure that top part is flat and then curve it. And my cats are running all over the place, so if you hear some meows, that's them. Okay, dot it, then draw it. And boom, step 1 done. Step 2. Step 2 looks confusing, but we're going to go step by step. It won't be confusing when we do it like that. Okay, so we're only adding 3 new things. We're going to add this big triangle, this oval, and this line. Okay, so let's start with the big triangle, which is going to be an ear. You start at the top of the head, and it's going to come down into the body, okay? So you're just going to do an upside down triangle. Oops, and I didn't dot, but that's okay. All right, now we're going to do this one on the top forehead, and it goes inside of the head a little bit. All right, comes straight out and down and around. When you got the shape you like, go ahead and draw it. And of course you can guess, we've got some erasing coming up. We're going to go ahead and put on this end piece here, which is just a big rounded triangle without all of the triangle. Oh, one more line. We're going to add this one to the back of the neck. Okay, it's just a curved line. Okay, that step is done. Pause the video if you need to catch up. Okay, now we're going to do a lot of erasing. Okay, so we're going to erase here on the nose. We're going to get rid of this inside line, holding your paper really good so it doesn't wrinkle on you. I'm using a darker pencil so my lines will still show, whereas yours shouldn't. Now here, we're just going to add a little curved line right there, and then we're going to erase all of this, not the ear, but everything between the forehead of the dog and the ear. Okay? Holding your paper really good for erasing. And my easel just slid. Shaking my whole table. Wipe off those eraser pieces. Now we're going to go ahead and connect this line in right here. I don't know if your head ended up a little bit over the top of the ear or not. Mine did. Okay, we're going to erase inside the ear now. Making sure the ear is at the top of the head. Draw any lines that you may have erased by accident. Redraw them back. And erase everything that's inside of that ear. Okay. Now we're going to erase out of the neck of the dog, drawing back what I accidentally erased. Okay. We're going to add an oval now for the mouth, and it touches the ear, goes over that other oval a little bit. Okay. Once you've got what you like, draw it. Let's take our line right here up to it, and we're going to erase the top line that went in the dog's muzzle area. We're going to erase this line and this line that's in the mouth, leaving the bottom line, and we're going to erase out of the neck right here. You can still see my lines a lot because I'm using a much darker pencil. Yours shouldn't be that easy to see. Okay, now we're going to add the eye, which is across from that indentation. Okay, so we're going to put the eye in, and it's going to be a sideways teardrop pretty much. All right, that step is done. Last step for drawing. We're going to go ahead and erase this line on the dog's face. Get rid of that if you didn't already. Get rid of it out of the ear. I'm going to draw my ear back again. Curve that line a little bit there. Make sure that line does go a little bit out there. Now we're going to draw on the nose. And it's just down, up a little, down, and in. 3 dots for whisker marks. We're going to put an eyelid on the dog. Eyelash coming out. Eyelash line coming out. And a tiny circle. And there you have it. We are ready to use our Sharpie, being sure not to ink any line we erased. So let's just go ahead and start with the forehead. On around. If you can't see where your line is, move your hand till you can see your line. Be sure to stop where you're supposed to. Take your time doing this so you don't accidentally ink what you've erased. I'm going to make a small correction there. There we go. Try never to push with your pen, pushing like that. Always pull. Okay, so you're going to pull your hand down. Okay, how are you doing? Dot, 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 and the eye. Okay. Now I'm going to hold on to my paper really good. I'm going to use my bigger eraser, and I'm going to erase all of my pencil lines. Even where I inked, there's pencil lines, so be sure you just erase over every line that you drew. Okay, excellent. Go puppy doggy. Puppy doggy. So we're ready to color. Go ahead and get my colored picture up that we can reference. Okay, we're going to start with our light brown, and we're just going to start coloring in the dog. And you can use the side of your pencil if you want. it goes a little bit faster. Try to go all one direction. Do not go scribble scrabble like this. You're going to try and go all one direction. And what you can do is you can do an inline. Okay, do you remember inlining? We learned that in the first two lessons. It's where we color inside the line so that we won't go out when we get near it. If you don't like using the side of your pencil, you're more than welcome to use the tip. It'll just take longer, which is okay. But for the sake of the video, I am using the side of the pencil. Being sure to fill in all the white spots, trying not to go over the same spot more than once, because each time you go over it, it's going to get darker and darker. I'm going to go ahead and color right over my eye because it's going to be a darker brown. It's not going to bother it. Okay, and you can finish inlining if you want each section as you go. Trying to keep your direction going all the same. And if you can see, I'm holding my pencil not like this, but I'm holding it like this. That helps me lay it down flatter. Take some practice, but it's also a precursor to sketching. They teach you that in art school, to hold your hand this way when you sketch. I'm inlining everything. Some spots I'm going in very lightly, a different direction, but I don't want you to do that for the whole thing, scribble scrabbling. Okay, almost got it all inlined. And I went out in a couple spots, so I'm just going to take the eraser and clean up those edges. Okay. All right, come back in and keep filling in with the brown. Fill in all the white spots that you can. You can go slower, you can take your time. I'm only going this fast for the sake of keeping the video length of time down. A little something on my board there, underneath my paper, leaving a mark. Okay, now I'm going to take my darker brown and I'm going to color in the nose. I'm going to color in the eye. Now for little areas, if you notice, I'm going in a little circular motion. Trying to get that one spot I can't seem to get. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the shadow in, and I'm going to draw a line where I want it. Okay, and I'm going to color between that line and the black line. Now we're going to color around the direction we are going. I turn my paper, make it easier. Okay. Next area, we're going to do a shadow under here, and we're going to do a shadow under the ear on the head. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and mark this other shadow because they all connect, and it's going to go around the ear and down the front. So it's going to be between the line that I drew and the black line. Now, you could have colored your dog darker. It actually would look better darker. Okay, I'm going to color around the mouth here. Trying to color the direction of the line. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a puppy. It's so cute. I'm going to revert to my circular coloring, and there we go. Okay. Now we're going to add a shadow behind on the eyelid. Okay. If you have a whiteout pen, you can put the whiteout pen whiteout right in the eye and a line on the nose. And there you have it. Okay, now for the background, I'm going to use a yellow green, and I'm going to do the same thing with inlining first, everything. I'm using the side of my pencil. Okay, and then I'm going to color it in. Filling in all the white spots. And don't worry, if you've got something under your paper, it will leave a mark, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. All right, so keep inlining and coloring that background until you get it a nice, solid, light green, and you will be done. And you got yourself a puppy dog. All righty, have fun. See you next time. You're fabulous.